What is containerization, and why did it completely transform global shipping? To answer this question, we need to rewind time. Let us go back more than 100 years. In those days, shipping docks were chaotic and inefficient. Workers had to carry crates, barrels, sacks, and bundles by hand, or with the help of basic cranes. This method, known as break bulk shipping, involved loading and unloading goods one piece at a time. This process was not only slow and expensive but also very risky. A single ship might take several days or even weeks to fully load or unload. Every item had to be manually accounted for, which increased the chances of something going missing or being damaged. The goods were stored randomly, wasting valuable space inside the ship's cargo hold. On top of all that, break bulk shipping lacked standardization. Each port handled goods differently and packaging was inconsistent. This made international trade costly and unpredictable. Labor strikes, long delays, and frequent cargo losses were common. In short, the global shipping industry was due for a revolution. That revolution came in the mid-20th century, thanks to an American entrepreneur named Malcolm M. Lin. In the year 1956, he witnessed the inefficiencies of break bulk shipping and envisioned a better way. He imagined using large uniform boxes that could be transferred easily between ships, trucks, and trains without ever opening them. That idea led to the birth of containerization. That same year, Lin launched the Idea X, the world's first container ship, which sailed from New York to Houston. It carried 58 containers, each about 35 feet long. What once took days was now accomplished in hours. The results were dramatic. Goods could now be loaded and unloaded much faster with less labor and fewer losses. By the 1970s, containerized shipping had gone global. Ports were redesigned to accommodate massive cranes and stacking systems. Ships were built specifically to carry hundreds or even thousands of containers. New international regulations and container standards helped make global logistics faster, more efficient, and more reliable. So what exactly is a shipping container? It is essentially a large reusable metal box built to strict standard dimensions. Most commonly, containers are either 20 or 40 feet in length, with some reaching 45 feet. Their sturdy, weatherproof design allows them to be stacked on ships, transported by rail, or hauled across highways. And while most people associate containers with sea freight, they are actually used across all modes of transportation. You'll find them riding on trains through the countryside, stacked in inland depots, and pulled by trucks on major highways. This flexibility is what makes containerization so powerful. You might have also heard the term Connex box. That is just another name for a shipping container, originally coined by the U.S. military during the Korean War. Whether called cargo containers, ISO containers, or Connex boxes, they all serve the same purpose: to standardize the movement of goods across long distances. Shipping containers come in many forms. The most common type is the standard dry container, typically used for general-purpose cargo. These containers are airtight and weather-resistant, making them ideal for everything from electronics to furniture to textiles. When cargo needs extra vertical space, high cube containers, about 9.5 feet tall, provide that additional room. For oversized items that can't fit through standard doors, these don't have a fixed roof and can be loaded from above with cranes. Flat rack containers are even more specialized, with no sidewalls. They're ideal for heavy or awkwardly shaped machinery, vehicles, or building materials. Flexi tank containers, on the other hand, are designed for liquid cargo. They use a giant flexible bladder that fits inside a standard container and holds up to 24,000 liters of liquid. Then we have reefer containers, short for refrigerated containers. These are crucial for transporting temperature-sensitive goods, like frozen food, seafood, dairy products, and pharmaceuticals. With built-in cooling systems and insulation, they maintain stable temperatures even over long ocean voyages. If temperature regulation is needed but active cooling isn't required, insulated containers are used. These are common for goods like fresh produce or certain chemicals that just need to stay within a certain temperature range. And for dangerous or sensitive cargo, like explosives, weapons, or radioactive materials, special purpose containers are built to meet specific regulatory requirements. These aren't standardized in size or form and are designed for maximum safety and security. Containerization brought sweeping benefits. First and foremost, it drastically improved efficiency. Ships could now be loaded and unloaded in hours, not days. Automated cranes and container yards streamlined logistics. Ports became faster, cleaner, and more organized. Cost savings also played a major role. Less manual labor meant reduced workforce costs. Standardized loading reduced damages, and better protection of goods meant fewer losses and lower insurance premiums. As a result, companies could ship goods internationally at lower prices and faster speeds. Security also improved. Once sealed, a container remains closed until it reaches its destination. This greatly reduces the chances of tampering or theft. With fewer hands touching the cargo, the risk of damage or contamination also dropped significantly. Another key advantage was standardization. A container loaded in China could travel by ocean to the United States, switch to a train in California, and then be delivered by truck in Chicago without ever being unpacked. This level of intermodal efficiency was never possible before containerization. There were also environmental benefits. Container ships carry large volumes of goods more efficiently than airplanes or smaller vessels. By reducing port time and consolidating cargo, fuel usage dropped. Modern ships are also built to be more fuel efficient, further cutting greenhouse gas emissions. However, containerized shipping does have challenges. One ongoing issue is the repositioning of empty containers. Due to trade imbalances, many containers travel without cargo, sometimes as much as 20% of global container movement. Transporting empty containers is costly, inefficient, and contributes to port congestion. Another challenge is container loss. Without tracking systems, containers can fall overboard during storms or accidents. It is estimated that over 1,500 containers are lost at sea each year. Some of these carry harmless goods while others may contain environmentally hazardous materials. There is also the darker side of containerization. Smugglers sometimes use containers to transport illegal items, such as weapons, drugs, or even humans. These risks have led to stricter regulations, inspections, and the use of advanced scanning and tracking technologies. The good news is that technology is rapidly improving the system. Blockchain is being introduced to create secure digital records of container movements. This makes the entire supply chain more transparent and reduces the chances of fraud or theft. Automation is also taking over ports. Robotic cranes, AI-powered yard management, and even autonomous cargo ships are already being tested in major shipping hubs. These technologies promise faster, safer, and more cost-effective operations. Meanwhile, the pressure for sustainability is pushing innovation even further. Companies are exploring solar-powered containers, hybrid ships, and biodegradable packaging. Environmental responsibility is becoming a core part of modern logistics planning. In conclusion, containerization didn't just change how goods are shipped, it redefined global trade itself. It made transporting products across oceans, continents, and countries more practical, predictable, and profitable. It helped power the global economy and continues to evolve with modern technology. So if you're interested in international logistics or thinking about shipping goods overseas, understanding containerization is essential, and working with an experienced freight forwarder like Foresmart can make the entire process smoother and smarter. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment and subscribe to our channel. Got a question about shipping containers or logistics? Drop it below. We'd love to hear from you and maybe feature your question in our next video.